Howdy, folks. So, um, Zoom platform. You might have heard of it. You might not have heard of it. But it's a fantastic platform for musicians because it allows you to enable some really great features so that if you're doing a one-on-one, or not necessarily one-on-one, but you're giving a lesson online, then you can actually hear the instrument, how it sounds. So it's not going to be distorted and all nasty like with other, like, I don't know if you call WhatsApp, Skype, Telegram, whatever you use. This is going to bypass that. So I'm going to start here from scratch in case you're not familiar with Zoom. If you are, then I believe you can just skip ahead to around 6 minutes and 18 seconds for the specific sound settings. Also, if you're a student, let's say you're the recipient of the link that the host is sending, then you don't need this first part at all because for you it's going to be very simple. Basically you'll just get a link, you click on it, and you download a small file, which we'll discuss in a bit as well. And yeah, that's it. You just change the sound settings. Also, one very important thing to note is that this kind of sound functionality is only possible if you use a computer, not on a phone. So, yes, I know it's a hit to us all, but I think this is better than nothing. So, yeah, and you can use your onboard mic of your, like, let's say laptop. If you have an external one, great, but it works pretty darn good with an inbuilt mic. So, I was surprised, really. All right, so let's start. Open a browser, type in zoom.us. That should take you to the website. Don't bother with this grayed out stuff. Then sign up. It's free. We love free, don't we? Click here you don't have to click there, but just enter an email address that's active because we're going to need to get to that email address. Sign up, click that. Then here you have the option of if you confirm, then you will receive some notification from Zoom weekly. So if you do not want that, click preferences, and then you have the option to choose, once a week, once a month, unsubscribe. So whichever you prefer. Next up, then, you go back to this tab up here because it, for some reason, doesn't do that automatically. Anyway, then we get to this screen where it says that you've received an email. All right, and it's true. Look at that. We have an email. So open the email. It should be fine with just clicking the activate account. If not, you can copy this link that I've blurred out here in the address bar over here. And yeah, activate account. Then we get here where you enter your name, last name, password, confirm password. The password should be, upper and lowercase letters and numbers. I guess no symbols, but the password should be at least 8 characters long. So keep that in mind. Click continue. You can invite friends, colleagues, and whatnot. It's up to you at this point. Now, we do need to click the I'm not a robot, and then this wonderful skip this step grayed out button over here. Now we do that, and we get this personal meeting link right over here. We can click that right away, and also, if we go up here, host a meeting, I'm just going to use a different slide for this. We have the option for with video, without video, and screen share only. So those are our options. Now, once we start doing this, we either click that link or do it through this menu here. The Zoom platform will ask us to download a small file, and it's really a small executable file. Just download that on your desktop. It's for the platform to run. Click that, save it, because then it will be on your computer. Otherwise, if it doesn't happen, you can just download and run Zoom again. It should pop up or pop down here. Might launch automatically for you, or you might have to click open file. It depends from the browser you use. So keep in mind, this is, I'm using currently Microsoft Edge. Yeah, I know. I'm so unpopular. But anyway, the principle is very similar to the other browsers, whichever you use. So moving on. This is what appears to me when I've already have this file downloaded. So the next time it just asks me to open the file. So I just click open and it's all good. For you, it might be a different message. That's up to you. This is the next window you will see. Join with computer audio. Then down here on the left, we click on this arrow and the audio settings. And then we get to this fun stuff. So click advanced, and this is where the magic happens. Show in meeting option to enable original sound from microphone. So this is what we need checked. Then also, these fancy options both need to be disabled. And the third one, well, there is no disable, so you can just leave it on auto or experiment with the other option that's there. Now, going back, we should also uncheck this automatically adjust volume box over here and then set the level. And keep in mind, you can adjust the level during a call. So it's not like you have to do this, kind of on its own. So that's not the case. You can easily adjust this while you're giving a lesson or whatnot. So if it's a louder instrument, I don't know, trumpet, saxophone, flute, clarinet, whatever, just keep it around. Maybe 50%, maybe more or less. I mean, it's up to you. Depends how you point the instrument and which direction. I mean, I wouldn't point it to the microphone directly anyway. So yeah, I've tried this out with some colleagues and it seemed really, really, really good. I was surprised, there was no distortion. I could actually hear the sound quality of the instrument. It was kind of amazing. Sure, yes, it could be better, but I think for now, this is a pretty darn good option. All right, there are a bunch of other options that you can mess around with. You can select another microphone if you have plugged in something else. You can use from your, if you have, for example, external recorder that can also pass through as a microphone, great, or any other USB or XLR microphone. If you have the interface for that, fantastic. You can test here, click this if it works. Also the same for speakers. Now, I would recommend using headphones so that, if we don't use headphones, then the sound from our speakers is going to interfere with the microphone. So, there's going to be some echo and funky stuff going on. We don't want that. So you use headphones, and preferably, maybe if you can avoid, like integrated things like all-in-one packages, such as, let's say, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but I think Apple AirPods, for example, which are kind of like microphone and an earpiece in one, maybe not the best solution. So, if you can have those, kind of really separate, that's fantastic. All right, we're done here. So yeah, well, this is something I put up here. But anyway, so if you, by the way, click test speaker microphone, you might run into the issue where you're not hearing any sound. So I advise you click the join with computer audio. And then you can tweak the settings as you like on the bottom left corner there. Now, the next thing is we want to invite somebody, right? Like a student, or whoever or whatever. We click that, and then we have the options of contacts. You might have contacts if it's a part of an organization, and I'm not going to go into that right now. But then also email. Anyway, this is great because you can just copy the URL, which is fine, but I found for myself personally that if I click copy invitation, it automatically copies this onto your computer's clipboard, and it copies the link and the password, everything. The password is also available here that I've blurred out for obvious reasons, and this is great. And you can paste this in your email. You can send it as an email, or obviously you can use these options over here that are supplied. I haven't used those, honestly. I haven't had the need to. I've just sent the link through an email or WhatsApp or Telegram Messenger. So that has all worked fine. And here, make sure that this is in blue color. Turn off original sound. So that means that we will use the maximum capacity of these sound settings. All right, what next? Well, this is a personal preference, so not important at all, nothing to do with sound, but this bottom strip over here, the controls, those disappear if your mouse is not active. So I just wanted to always show meeting controls. That's in the settings again, no big deal, but for me, I just wanted to see them. So yeah, that's it. Here, video on. So if we're going through this option over here, the next window we will see is this, and you can schedule meetings, and it's pretty advanced, as you can tell from here. Yeah, all these options, and there are advanced options that might be pretty interesting for you as well, but you can check all of that out, passwords and all this stuff. That's all up to you. I just start a new meeting, and then I can just instantly send somebody a link. We agreed to see each other at like 2 o'clock or whatever, and that's it. If you want to be fancy, you can schedule stuff. If you're joining, you click join, and then you enter the person's ID and password that they send you. But like I said before, if you have a link, it's all very straightforward. Yeah, something to keep in mind. If you're having like a one-on-one thing going on, or I guess, one-on-two, then there's, I think, no limit to the whole session. But if it's 3 or more people, participants, as they say, then there's a 40-minute time limit. If you want to, go beyond that, here's the pricing. You can decide for yourself what's better. All right, I hope I haven't forgotten anything. Just remember, this is not going to work if you have a phone. These settings are not available on the phone, which is a pity, because I think these days phones have pretty good microphones inbuilt as well. But, well, anyhow, I hope this helps, and see y'all later.